8 of the best early game starter farms for survival Minecraft that you will need. These are the best farms that will give you the most resources for the least amount of effort, and if you build these farms, you'll be off to a great start in your Minecraft worlds. Everything in this video is exceptionally cheap and easy to build. You can build just about anything within the first couple days of your Minecraft world. This is part 1 of 3. I'm going to be making videos on the best mid-game farms that you need and the best end-game farms as well. So if you enjoy this video, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next 2. One of the first farms that you're likely to want in your Minecraft world is a chicken farm. This is a fully automatic chicken cooker, and it's going to provide you with an absolute ton of food in your Minecraft world. So this basically eliminates the need for a ton of different crop farms, and it eliminates the worry of starving entirely. So you don't need to worry about starving ever again, and this saves you a lot of time farming like potatoes or carrots or, God forbid, beetroots or something like that. Getting yourself some chickens is really easy. You can find them in forests and plains all over the Minecraft world, and then once you have a couple of them, you breed them, and eventually they will start laying eggs. So you just put them at the top of the farm there, start throwing more eggs, and get yourself about 15 or so chickens. This is going to save you a lot of time hunting for animals in the wild or making a pig, sheep, or cow farm, which are incredibly slow and very manual. This is pretty much the best source of food in Minecraft since it is fully automated and you never need to worry about it. To make your life easier, there's a full list of tutorials down in the description of the video for everything I talk about in today's video. They also got materials list and everything you need to build these farms quickly in your Minecraft worlds. Next up, you're going to want yourself an early game spawner farm, preferably a skeleton farm, because these will give you a huge amount of bones that you can turn into bone meal, and bone meal is legitimately one of the most useful items in Minecraft. You need it for everything, especially in the early game. And then of course this is also going to give you a lot of experience as well, which you'll need for enchanting, item combining, and getting better gear. Assuming that you can find one of these spawners, a spawner farm is so dead easy. You literally just need to mine out like a little tiny room, drop the mobs down a little bit, and then you need a little bit of a water stream and an optional automatic kill chamber. Spawner farms are not the best source of experience, but they are incredibly easy, and if you don't have that much time or resources, they are very, very good for the early game. A nice bonus of these farms is that you can AFK at them for a very long time, and then you get just an absolute ton of loot and a lot of experience. You also get a fair amount of junk gear that might be surprisingly useful to you. And if you don't have an infinity bow, all these arrows are definitely going to be useful as well. Next up is definitely the AFK fish farm. You might have some reservations about these things, but they are totally fair play, and they are so useful for the early game. So these things literally don't use any redstone, and they are so incredibly easy to use. And then you get just near infinite amounts of items from them. So they are an incredible source of food. You get amazing bows from them. You get so many enchantment books, and you can get pretty much any enchantment book in the entire game, including mending books and other incredible things like that. This can really help you get some great gear in the early game and help you get maxed out enchantments. Not only that, these are a great source of experience too, and you can AFK overnight to get like 60, 70 levels for enchanting. Even if you have a completely terrible fishing rod, you can start off with that, AFK until it breaks, and by the time you get done using this, you'll probably have something pretty decent like this kind of rod, and then eventually you can work your way up to a god rod with all of the enchantments, and that's where you get the really good loot. If you are brand new to Minecraft, AFK fishing might be a little bit too easy, and it might skip over a little bit too much of the early game for you, so maybe don't use it if you're like brand new, but if you've been playing for a while or you're a Minecraft veteran, then AFK fishing might be the way for you. Next up is the humble cobblestone farm or stone farm. This could be surprisingly useful in the early game because it gives you a ton of blocks to build with, to decorate with, and just to have on hand for various different projects. These things are so incredibly easy to build. They only require a couple of basic redstone resources, and you can AFK at them for as long as you want with any kind of tool. Even if you only have stone tools or iron, or if you have the best tools in the game, And the nice thing is, if you have a Silk Touch on your tools, you actually get stone instead of cobblestone. So it is both the types of farms in one. These farms can also scale with you as you expand your Minecraft world, so you can double the speed of this just by building 2 of these right next to each other, or you can increase the speed even more by making just like an insane cobblestone generator, and this will give you so much stone. And if you happen to have a haste beacon, then you can also instant mine this stuff as well to give you even better rates. I usually don't build a cobblestone generator in my worlds because I mine so much that I just get all those cobblestone and blocks that way, but having a cobblestone generator that you can AFK at can be really useful if you are tight on time or you need a bunch of slabs, cobblestone, or other blocks to build mega projects in your world. A simple cow farm can also be a great investment for your Minecraft world, not specifically for the food, but for the leather, so that you can get an easy enchantment table, books, chiseled bookshelves, or anything else that you want to do. The food is also a nice bonus too, though. Don't get me wrong. So these things are incredibly simple to build. They basically have no redstone besides like an optional little auto cooker down there at the bottom. And how this works is you can flood this area with water, feed all of your cows, and then all of the baby cows can get sorted and fall down to the bottom area where they will then grow up over time on their own, or you can force them to grow up by feeding them some wheat. Now, once all of your cows have grown up at the bottom, you can either press a button to auto cook them, kill them yourself, or if you have a looting and fire aspect sword like this one, you can get yourself a lot more items that way. Cow farms, if you put the time into them, can produce an absolute ton of items. Like seriously, it's just so much stuff. Getting books and bookshelves in the early game is such a pain that having an easy cow farm will really save you a lot of time. A surprisingly useful farm can be a simple wool farm. These things are incredibly easy to put together. It's literally like a 12-minute build. You put a bunch of sheeps in there and then you got any color of wool that you want, and these things really produce a lot of blocks. These are great for decoration, it's great for sneaking around the deep dark, and it's also great for netherite mining as well. Seriously, don't sleep on a good wool farm because these things can really open up your build palette and allow you to get way more creative with your Minecraft builds. Another great investment for the early game is a villager breeder. This can get you well into the mid game, and you'll need one of these to start an iron farm, a raid farm, a villager crop farm, a trading hall. Just about anything fancy that you want to do in this game needs a villager breeder, and as you can see, they are so dead easy to set up. You really only need like some blocks, some beds, and a couple of villagers. If you're new to Minecraft, villagers might be a little bit overwhelming and a little bit daunting, and that's because they're surprisingly complicated and they're always a massive pain as well. Like, these guys are just the worst to work with, but they give you some amazing items and amazing trades, and they allow for amazing farms. So definitely invest in a villager breeder. And once you have some villagers, you can invest in building an iron farm. A simple iron farm can produce several hundred iron per hour. This is more of a mid-game farm, but since you already have a villager breeder, you can easily build up yourself an iron farm, and you definitely want an iron farm. This is like one of the must-have farms in Minecraft because mining for iron is a huge pain and kind of a giant waste of time, and you're going to be using a lot of iron. If you want to, you can even turn your iron farm into a villager trading hall and have a 2-in-1 combo. That way you can get a bunch of amazing trades while also getting a ton of iron. And if you want to be even more crazy about it, you can have a iron farm with a villager trading hall, include some villager crop farms underneath it, and then you can put a villager breeder on it and have a villager curing station on the backside as well. Really just go ham with it and have every single thing in one area. Now that sounds like a lot, and it kind of is, but it's still relatively easy to build, and I made a tutorial dedicated to this little mega 5-in-1 iron farm. Once you start getting into villagers and mastering villager trades, that is definitely where you start getting into the mid game, because now you have easy access to any enchantment book you want, infinite diamond armor, and you can get a ton of other trades as well. So that is where this video is going to end, but make sure you subscribe so that you see the mid game and end game farms that you should definitely build to max out your survival world and get every single thing that you possibly want. There's a tutorial for everything that I talked about in today's video down in the description. Go watch those for a straightforward build tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and then there was silence.